day 25 of my challenge. Today is the final day of the year and the final day of this race to 2000 ELO. Guys, let's get it done. Let's go. First game of today, we have D4, sorry. And we go with knight f6. Oh, we have the London system. I will play e6 and d5. This is my line against the London. Let's go. And then we will go with the bishop on e6, challenging the London bishop. My idea is to trade, but they usually go back because they don't want to trade. Now we castle. And now there is a very nice setup that we are going to follow. We are going to play c5. Ooh, okay, they play c4. This is everything now different because they didn't go for the original London, but they are playing something different. We respond to fire with fire, and we play the move c5, attacking the center as well. Now, this center is going to be opened up at some point. We're going to make all the trades. They are going with the knight out. This is a very good move. I'm going to tick here once, let the bishop take, and then I can develop my knight. There we go. Now, if the pawn is taking, we trade. We are going to trade the queens, and this endgame is going to be roughly equal. But they could wait, and they could try to push the pawn on e4. Okay, they're just castling, and I think it's a good moment for me to trade this bishop, because now the king side is a little bit weaker than usual. The pawn is taking back, and we can think about moves like e5, or queen c7, or queen e7 and e5. I will play queen e7. The queen from here is protecting this pawn, also maybe preparing the move e5. That is at the same time attacking the center one more time, unlocking the bishop, and ready to bring the rook on the d file, challenging the queen. Tonight, guys, I did a nightmare that I would lose the first 2 games of today. Please let's not make it real, but like the video so it doesn't happen. Okay, queen c2 is the move they play. Let's play rook d8. We are challenging this pawn. In one day, I really want to play the move e5, but now that would be probably d5, so I'm not sure. Yeah, rook there is a very smart move. I think I'll take here. I'm not sure what I'm going to play after knight there, if I'm going to take also the knight, or to play e5, or to first trade and then try to play e5. I need to develop my bishop. That's what is left to do. Okay, now that the pawn took back, I think I could go with the plain knight there and then knight here. Yeah, we'll do this. Usually this is an isolated pawn, meaning that this pawn is weak. And if we can block it from pushing and being traded for this pawn, this could be a long-term weakness for my opponent. That's why we play knight here, followed by knight d5, blocking with the knight that pawn. And then we are ready to go there. There we go. And then we are ready to develop this bishop, maybe to play a6, b5, bishop there, bring the rook on the c file, and it should be actually a decent position. We can try to press it for a win. It's still like very equal. My opponent is playing really well, but we can try. They are capturing here with the knight. We take there, and if the bishop takes, we take with the rook, and it should be all right. Perfect. They move the rook away. I'm thinking if a6 or b6. If I play a6, this might be too slow. Because after bishop takes, the rook goes there, and then I might be in trouble. If I move my rook away, they are pushing. If I trade, they are saving their pawn, and then my pawn structure is not so good. So maybe b6 is the move, actually. Yeah, let's go. b6. If they take, we take with the rook, and if they... No, they don't actually have this move. Anyway, our next move is going to be bishop e7, and the bishop is out on the diagonal. I have just 3 minutes on the clock. My opponent has 7 minutes, so they have much more time. We need to speed up. The pawn is pushed. It's avoiding the knight from moving forward, but we are just developing a bishop. This is a very logical move. Our next move is going to be maybe h6 at some point to give a square to the king, and then rook c8. There we go, the bishop is moved. Now the rook could sneak in, but cannot sneak in, so we play this prophylactic move just to create some space for the king to be moved. Rook there, trying to bring the other rook. I will also bring this rook, and I'm ready to offer a trade of rooks. Okay, we take there, we trade one pair of rooks, and then maybe I will just bring my queen a little bit more active. I like queen here. It's a slight improvement. The queen is looking at this pawn. And maybe at some point we can remove the knight and think about bringing the bishop. I like that the king has a free space there, just in case. But we have to speed up. Okay, the knight is looking at this pawn. Let's play knight here. Yeah, we are now attacking this pawn. Actually, the bishop is controlling this square, so the queen cannot go there. And if the queen goes here, attacking this pawn, we can just play rook f8. I think this should be quite solid. And then our knight is going towards the square, attacking this pawn one more time. There we go, protecting the pawn. And now this is hanging. They moved the rook, but they forgot to protect this pawn. What? Maybe they want to sacrifice here? Rook takes and then bishop takes. Okay, I'm taking this pawn. I hope this works. I'm not sure. Time is running out. Yeah, let's go with the knight here. We want to take like this. Because there were some ideas of knight, then knight takes, pawn takes, the bishop takes there with check. It was not sure, and I just have 45 seconds. Time is running out. Right, they moved the queen away. I'm just taking here. Because the knight is also hanging, suddenly not protected. Alright. I'll take here and think later. I'll just protect this like this. I don't know if this works. I don't know if this works. I'm very nervous. The queen is hanging! What did I do? Oh my gosh! Let's go, and now this check is winning this rook. Oi boy, let's go. Let's go, vamos! Oh, that was tricky, But we are getting there where we want to be. We're taking all the pawns, and now we can just be calm a little bit. But just a little bit. We'll give a check, and we'll give another check, and we'll give checkmate! Yes! Very intense game. Actually, I was completely winning. E5 is still winning, but there is a much better move. How can I get rid of the pin with a huge threat? Let me know in the comments the move, black to move and win. Game 2, we're playing at 2000. Help! And again, d4. Let's go. Knight out. And they play c4 this time. I will go with the move c5, and I will try to go with the old Benoni. They are pushing, and we go with the pawn. And then we are going to set up a very nice development here. Let's go. I trust this opening. Because you can play some very quick moves, develop your pieces quickly, and get a position where you have a very clear plan. Castle is the move to play here. And your bishop there is usually not a good move. I will play knight there, and I will say, hey, wanna trade? This is my bad bishop. The bishop that is blocked by all the pawns. So usually it's not a great deal to trade. They are protecting with the pawn, but this is leaving this square a little bit too easy to conquer for me. So I will go with the bishop out there, pinning this knight. And now they take. I'm taking back with the queen because I have to. And then I guess we'll play either a6 or knight there. Okay, let's go with the knight out. Even if they play knight b5, it's not a huge threat because those squares are controlled by this little knight on e8. That is right now helping us quite a lot. And I think they will go long castle. Now that I see this move, it seems quite clear that they will go they will follow that path. Okay, a6, going for the move a5. But now they want to trade the queens. Suddenly they trade the queens. I see. We could play knight there if we don't want to trade. You know what? We keep the queens on the board. We protect this bishop. With the knight, we say no to the trade of queens, and we're going to play h6 at some point to kick this queen back home. Go back. You are in my field right now, but you're going to have to turn all the way back. The pawn is pushed, and I think now this move is needed more than ever because we have to stop this pawn from pushing even more. And now the queen might go there or might go back this way. And now, guys, I know that my opponent will go for long castle, so I'm bringing the rooks here, ready to smash the pawns if needed. Okay, the knight here is attacking the bishop. I think this is a mistake because we are going to take here, and now this queen is unprotected, so this allows a huge tactic. I think knight takes wins a pawn. 3, 2, 1, release the bomb. Let's go. I love it. The knight is protecting the queen, and if the pawn takes, this queen is hanging. The only problem is that we are left with a weak pawn here behind, which is not perfect. But actually, those pawns are suddenly also weak. For example, after the trade, we take with the queen. If the rook is attacking this pawn, we can play knight here, and then we're attacking this one. And if they protect this one, we are going to protect this other one. And if they take, we are going to take this one. And I think we are quite happy with this position, even if the rooks are a bit now in the corner of the board. Let's see. Also, they are trading the queen. Also, another way is to play knight c8. Okay, this move really not... I don't like it. I see that they want to go for the attack, but now I have all the time to place a knight on d4. Whoa, vamos! Oh my gosh, my knight is so powerful there. It's really such a strong piece. I love it. Okay, the rook is moved. Now I think it's time to open up everything. Yup. And now we take here, so we are activating this rook that is ready to join the party. And maybe knight here could be an option. Or actually also this move and then a4. Open up files. Looks really good. This knight is quite powerful, attacking this check, attacking this. So probably we are going to trade it. And then we are going to play a4. And if the rook takes, we take. Then we take, pawn takes, and then we have this tactic, winning the rook behind. So this could be game over. If the pawn takes is the exact same thing, so I think like they are just really struggling now, because they might just lose a second pawn. This is now a positional massage to my opponent. b4, pushing the pawn, but this helps me. This gives away a pawn and helps me to create a passed pawn. I'm taking here, trading the most active rooks, and now I'm taking back, and these pawns are rolling. Rolling off the deep. I don't know, I'm mixing songs, but I'm happy. This is nice if we win this game. Push the pawn. What do you say? I say, vamos! Let's go. I'm not even sure if we have to take... Okay, they are pushing. And now we place a nice rook behind the pawn. Then we are ready to roll it. Where is the knight going? I'm pushing! I'm promoting! Attention! And now I will go with the rook there. And you know what is the point? Is that I'm blocking this knight from going there. Also attacking all those pawns. Okay, now the knight could go towards that square. So I will slowly bring the king. Slowly bring the king. Yes, there we go. The knight is now attacking this pawn one more time. So I think we go with the other knight to protect it. And then we are going to take this pawn. If they take, we are going to pin it. And we are going to be completely winning. So actually this move is good. Because it avoids the trade. But I'm going to take here anyway. And I'm going to have... Okay, still actually I can pin this way. I can go now here with the rook. I'm pinning. And that's going to be a GG. Okay, not a GG. They are moving the rook away. We take here with the bishop, with the knight. We are also protecting the pawn. And then this is falling and this is going to be pushed. Okay, the king is moving towards us. But we just push the pawn. We like it. Now we give a check. The king will have to move. We go to take this pawn, and then we are also ready to push even forward. This is really hopeless. Alright, they are bringing the rook there. I'm not sure where they want to go, because I'm just going to promote the pawn. If I can. I'll give a check just to make sure this pawn is now protected, and then with the knight I can go around to farm all the pawns in the world. Let's go here, because actually I'm threatening to take there with check. And if the king goes there to protect the pawn, I go here, and this will be the final move of the game. Okay, the king goes there, looking at the pawn. We take a pawn with a check. And GG's! Let's go! This was really a nice game. But now it's time for game number 3. There we go. We have the white pieces against Kim. And we have e4, e5. The knight is out, attacking this pawn. And we are in the Spanish. One of my favorite weapons. Okay, they are going for the Berlin defense. I'm going to castle. And maybe we're going for the endgame if they take this pawn. No, they are not taking the pawn. So we protect our pawn. And here we are going for the very classic Spanish plan. So we are going to bring a pawn to the center. And that's what we do. The pawn is there. Now we have a very strong center. Powerful. The B, B, C. And okay, the bishop is attacking here. Okay, we're not too worried. We're just going to develop the knight. Actually, here there is a tactical reason. is that the queen is overloaded a little bit because it needs to protect the pawn and the knight at the same time. So if bishop takes, we take with the queen, the knight is taking here and we are in trouble. So here we have to take with the pawn, and now the king looks a little bit exposed. On the other side, we can always play king there, bring the rook there, and actually use the g file to attack, which is quite nice. Now the bishop has to go, and what is the best square to go? I mean, this looks good to be in this diagonal, but then the knight has this square attacking the bishop again. So maybe we will go here, as it actually matters, because I'm allowing the move b5 in that case. Okay, I will go with the bishop there. Oh wait, there is a pawn hanging if I go there. Let's not do that. Okay, let's go there in this case. Yeah, let's go here. So now they could go with a typical Spanish plan, which is to take space on the queen side. So to play b5, I will play bishop here or bishop there. And it doesn't matter where. Okay, I will go here. I like it. It doesn't matter where exactly, because they are going to play maybe knight there and then c5. Okay, they play h6, which is not exactly what I was expecting. I think I will play king here, ready to bring my rook there. This is lovely. The knight is here attacking the bishop. I don't want to trade this piece, so I will go with the bishop back there, keeping the bishop on this big diagonal. c5 is a very typical move. And now we're thinking about a3 or about e5. Okay, let's play a3. Let's see where this knight is going. Oh, they are taking. I wasn't expecting this. Okay, I'm taking here, and now this knight will have to move. They are attacking the queen, and we have to move the queen one more time. And I think we will go with the queen there, because I see that this knight wants to go towards this square. So queen here looks good, and then maybe rook there, and then we're attacking this pawn, and then maybe f4, then maybe e5, then maybe knight here. We slowly need to try to improve this position. Yeah, knight there is a strong move. I think we will try to play this one, so that we are attacking the king. Ooh, and the knight is covering everything. In this case, we change a little bit our plan. We bring the bishop here so that we are pinning this pawn. This knight is now hanging, so probably the king has to be moved. And then we can probably push this pawn or go with the knight on d5. Okay, the king is moved, makes sense. And let's go with f4. Yes, I like this move. We are controlling all the knights that now cannot be moved anymore. And there are always the threats that my opponent needs to look for. e5 or f5. And I would love to bring my rook there. At some point I might play knight e5, blocking this pawn. And maybe this bishop is going to be really sad. Rook there is a good move. I think I will play bishop there, followed by rook here. Bringing the rook to the game. Wow, d5 is a crazy move. They are sacrificing material. I will take here with the knight. And then take here with the bishop. Yes, the bishop might go there now, which is attacking this pawn behind as well. Attention that the knight could go there. Then I have queen here. So I will go with the queen on f3 or on g3. Maybe just queen g3. Now I'm threatening to push this pawn. I like it. I like it. f5 is now a threat. Also, bishop takes could be an idea, because then the knight is no longer protected. Yes, this is a good idea. Trying to trade the queens. I will play rook here, so if they want to trade, I'm ready to take with this pawn, and then my pawn structure is looking amazing. I have an extra pawn, and an endgame with a bishop here. That should be very promising for me. They are not trading. They move the bishop attacking this pawn. I will protect the pawn with my rook, and if the rook tries to sneak here, maybe I just have rook there. This is my plan, and the queen is attacking the rook and the bishop at the same time. This looks great. This looks good. Oh, they are taking there. I think I'm taking. And then I see that they could take there. This is one idea, but I'm taking this bishop. They take here, I take back. They have a few checks. But I think I should be able to save my king, and then I have an extra piece. Okay, the bishop is instead back, meaning that we are in exchange up right now. And this pawn is hanging. We can push and then pin it like this. I like this. I really like it. We are attacking the bishop one more time, and then we go there, and we are pinning the knight. That's very powerful. Ooh, the pawn is pushed, but now we take en passant. Vamos! En passant for the win! And now we are trading everything, but we'll wait a little bit more, because we are playing queen here. We attack this one more time, and if we trade everything, the queens and the rooks, then we are left with a rook versus a bishop, and this should be completely winning. But I have just 2 minutes on the clock. Why my time is going so quickly? Queen is protecting. Wait, let's bring actually the other rook, because now I think we are just forced winning, because we just win a piece. Instead of trading, we just go for this. I love it. There is not another way to protect this knight. This knight is actually lost. Okay, the rook is moved attacking the queen, but I'm taking here. Intermezzo, looking at the queen, looking at the king. Now I'm trading everything. And there we go. We have an extra rook and an extra exchange. And I believe they were going to resign here. They are thinking already since long time. If this bishop is moving away, I have bim, boom, and bam, checkmate. But I think bishop there if they really want to play on. And then I'm taking the bishop with the rook, the pawn takes, and then I'm winning with an extra rook. Ah, GG's. This was another really good game. The graph is just going like this. We're ready. This could be the last game of this series. Wish me good luck. Like the video before this last game to give me energy. Smash the like button, do it. Let's go. Okay, game started. Rook, finity, e4. They are playing the Sicilian. We go with the knight out. Oh my gosh. This is tense. Really tense. Okay, the knight is there. We have the Rossolimo, which is a sideline against the Sicilian. The idea is always the same. I want to play castle c3 and d4, like in the Spanish. And there we go. We follow the plan. They are now attacking the bishop, but we don't want to trade. We will go there and then we will sneak the bishop on c2, like in the Spanish, basically. There we go. We go there. And then we are ready for d4, rook there. d4! The bishop is out, but we can just push the pawn to the center of the board, then play rook here, and then bring out the knight, the bishop, and we should have a very nice position. They are taking, and we take back with the pawn. Now they are pinning here. They would love to take this pawn. I think this is the same idea as before, basically. Okay, go ahead and take if you want. We are protecting this with the bishop, and if they take, we take with the pawn, maintaining the pawn on d4 protected. This is very important. The rook goes there. The rook would be looking at this bishop. So we play knight here, developing, protecting the center one more time. If they take, we are ready to take with this pawn. And once they develop the knight here, they have no longer the idea of taking there, because I can simply take with the queen, as the bishop would be no longer attacking the pawn on d4. Alright, they are taking. We have to take with the pawn. And one more time, we have a very similar position as before. Let's play queen here. We are ready to maybe play bishop there, trading the bishop. Now, there is a problem that this pawn is still hanging. So we'll play first rook here, controlling the center, protecting that pawn one more time. And now if we can, we might play this move. I see that the queen wants to slide here, sneak into my king DMs. I don't really want let that happen, so I will play king g2 controlling this square. There is not really a way to bring another piece to control this square. For example, the knight would have to do a long path to be here. So my king is actually quite safe there. Oh, wow. This is crazy. They want to go for a draw. Because if I take, the queen takes, I move the king there, and they have a repetition.
One eternity later.
Making a quick evaluation of this position, the only move that I could try to play on would be knight there. Because after this, and after knight takes, pawn takes, this is the position that we have to understand. Is white better? Is white worse? And I think the position is roughly equal. I have here time, so maybe I'm just going to take there and let my opponent go for the draw. Let's go. I'm taking it. I'll go with the king there, and now they are going to repeat. So we're going to have one more game, I guess. All right, solid. A very quick analysis, and actually taking this pawn is the best move, because knight e2, as you can see, leaves to a position where black is slightly better. And I didn't fully love this position, so I thought it's safest to go for a draw. And one more game. Unfortunately, sometimes if your opponent is playing for a draw, you cannot do much. There we go. Hopefully last game for real. We have e4, e5, knight out, attacking this pawn. Ooh. What is this? This is a gambit. I'm not really sure how to play against it. I will just go out with my bishop and we'll play the Italian game. All right. Let's play c3 and maybe d4, as my opponent is not going out with the knights. Wow, they're really playing a bit tricky here. Can I play d4, pawn takes, takes? Okay, let's play h3. I want to avoid the bishop from getting there. And then I want to play d4 or castle. Oh, they are offering the trade of bishop. I mean, we could take, but then the queen takes. If we protect with the queen, they are taking, and our queen there is a bit weird. But sneaky, actually. Okay, let's give it this check. I don't want to trade. I don't want to trade the bishop. I want to keep those. Now we go back here, and we are ready to castle. Right? We'll go back also here, all the way. No problem. And now it's time. We bring the king to security, to safety. And d4 is going to be played next. Vamos! Open up the center. They are taking. I think this is a mistake. I'm taking back. I'm very happy to take back. And now e5, d5. All these moves are always a huge danger for black. I think I will play this first. Or maybe rook here. The attack is stronger than his own execution. Let's go. Rook there. Or the attack. Now I'm still threatening this and this move. So my opponent needs to take care of both of them. The problem here for black is that they didn't develop the knights. Still the knights are sleeping. So they have to hurry. Now probably knight there is the move that they have to play. But then e5 probably. Actually after knight e7, e5, the queen is lost. The queen has no square to go. That's super fun. So knight e7 cannot be played. Wow. You know what? Let's place a coin for my opponent there. Go to grab that coin. Nope. They are not taking the coin. Okay, so let's remove it. I was scared that would be too loud. And you're pushing the pawn. Here I could simply take, or I could also just go with the knight out. And I like it. Knight out. Bring those pieces to the party. We are threatening to take there, and suddenly this pawn is protecting both of them at the same time. And things are starting to be not good. Not good. If b4, I think we can just take. If the pawn takes, we take with the knight. And if the pawn takes here, we are taking the bishop. If they take there, we can just take with the bishop. Or we can take here with check first. This position is lovely. Again, knight e7 is a problem. Let's place another coin there. Because e5 is just winning the queen. That's just it. But I think they saw it. So they are not going to play knight e7. But what to play then? You bring the other knight out, but then I'm taking. So maybe b4 is really the only reasonable try. You try to attack this knight, hoping that I'm moving the knight away, and then maybe you can take, and then maybe you can develop the knight somewhere. But this is the problem. That's why you don't have to go out with the queen too early, and that's why you have to develop your pieces with a logic, in a logic way. First the knights, then the bishops, then castle, and then you bring the other bishop, the other knight, and all the development needs to have priority. The queen is the last. Leader eats last. There are 4 minutes to go. I'm feeling confident, but I don't have to relax. This is important. All right, we have to clear the coin again. The queen is moved back, but now I think this is really a juicy pawn. And we are going to take it because we are going to take another one here. Yo! Let's go take this little free cheese macaroni. I'm giving my opponent a chance to develop, but here the problems are not yet over. Because there is still a huge mess going on. They want to castle now. I see. Can I stop them from castling? I think I can play queen here, which is stopping them from castling. Then knight out. Then I bring the bishop out. And they cannot castle. Okay, let's go. But then they have knight b4. Wait a second. Okay, this is still good. If they play knight there, I could also play a3 just to stop knight b4. They don't have bishop there or knight there because I can just take the knight is pinned. Don't forget that the king is still in the middle of the board. And I think like knight there is the only try. Oh, knight there. Ooh. This looks ugly. I have this check that looks really strong. Okay, I think we're going to give it. Yeah, we go with the knight. And once the king moves, probably b3 and bishop there could be an idea. I just want to say this knight will move there. And then bishop there.
It looks nice, but still, still not winning, and time is getting short. I also have knight there as a possibility. The important is that I can go with the knight backwards. Okay, let's just play this move. Looks good.
I see that there are some possibilities, like bishop there at some point. For example, if the knight now goes there, I'm playing this, and then I have to look at moves like this. After knight there, I move the knight and then bishop there, but I can simply move my queen back, and even if we trade, I still have a great position. There is still lots of pressure going on this file, on this diagonal. This is looking juicy for us. I think I will go with the bishop here, wanting to show the power of the bishop here. Vamos. This is so strong. All right, they want to take, but I'm taking here, and actually my bishop is protecting quite well the pawn, so the bishop is shielded now by the pawn. That bishop is really important because he's doing some real harm in black's territory. I would love to sacrifice the rook at some point, and if I can, I will. Time is running down. There are so many exciting moves to watch here. Knight there, queen f3, the rook sacrifice, followed by a knight on g6 could be very juicy. Also, a queen is sliding here, but these knights are actually good defensor right now. So, I need to find the right moment. Time is running out. They have 1 minute. Oh, 1 minute. And I think the knight is going towards the wrong side. I will play knight there. And I don't mind about losing this pawn, not at all. Not at all. You can take... And then I'm going to move my knight. Either here or there. Oh, the knight goes actually there. I wasn't expecting this. But I think we can just improve the bishop. Bring it here or there. Yeah, let's go here. It's the safest. Maybe they can try to play this if they really want to trade off this bishop. But they have to speed up. No matter what they do, they have to do it fast. Because they are running out of time. Okay. They are inviting me to sacrifice the rook. They're really asking, Alessia, please do it. Do it. Okay, I'll do it. Let's go. The rook has to take, and then we slide the knight here, and the knight is joining the party. This check looks amazing. The queen is also sneaking in. All right, the queen is moving. Now, I think we can at least take there, and then play knight there, and then take the rook. Do we have better? I think I like this, so we go for it. And the nice part is that after queen takes knight here, if we take king takes, it's checkmate, everybody. So the king has to move. Okay, I'll give you the pre-move. Take. No! Okay, this was completely winning, as you see from the evaluation bar. And after this, we're just giving mate. We did it! I'm so happy. 2003, that's amazing. Guys, chess improvement is not easy, but if you want to get better at this game, the best advice I can give you is to learn from your mistakes. Yesterday there was a very nice comment saying exactly this, that usually losses are very valuable for learning and improving. If you like this series, smash the like button. Thank you so much for all of you watching this, and remember to subscribe. Yes, because we have to get to 1,000. 100,000. When we get there, there will be a huge surprise. So smash the subscribe button and the like button. Write a comment and let's celebrate all together the end of the year. Good luck for your chess journey. Thank you so much for watching. Ciao.